Cats. They're icons of the internet, adorable companions, and eternal symbols of both independence and snuggly affection. For centuries, they've shared our homes, our couches, and our hearts. But today, we're sharing a tale, not just unusual, but shocking. It's the story of how one beloved cat, small, fluffy, and seemingly harmless, transformed into something horrifying. This is the story of Michelle and her sweet little cat, Lola. At least, she thought she was sweet. Michelle lived a quiet life. 43 years old, single, and tucked away in a charming house within a quiet suburban neighborhood. She didn't need much to be happy. Her life was simple: her job, her garden, and her little white cat, Lola. Lola was her everything. She was companion, comfort, and entertainment, all rolled into one. With her green eyes and gentle purrs, she had wrapped herself around Michelle's heart the moment she adopted her from a shelter. Every morning, Michelle would greet her with pats and treats, and every evening she'd provide a warm lap for Lola to curl into. They had rituals, familiar patterns. In many ways, everything was perfect, until it wasn't. At first, the changes were subtle, hardly anything to worry about, just little things. Lola, whose playful antics used to light up the house, began showing glimpses of something new. Michelle would sometimes catch her staring, a bit longer than usual, a bit more intently. Perched atop bookshelves or armrests, Lola began watching her in a way that didn't feel affectionate, but vaguely unsettling. Of course, Michelle brushed it off. Cats were quirky like that, weren't they? And Lola was a cat like any other, or so she thought. But soon the peculiar behavior began to escalate. Lola began prowling. At odd hours, Michelle would hear the soft patter of her paws pacing around the house, circling furniture. If Michelle stirred at night or turned on a light, she'd find Lola sitting in the doorway or perched at the edge of the bed, just staring. There's no harm in that, Michelle told herself. It's just Lola being Lola. But small oddities have a way of growing into something bigger. It all came to a head one evening. Michelle was in the kitchen humming to herself as she prepared dinner. She didn't notice Lola sitting silently in the corner, crouched, motionless, her eyes fixed on her. Then, in one sudden movement, Lola leapt. It happened too fast for Michelle to react. One moment, she was chopping vegetables. The next, the small cat she'd loved for years had latched onto her arm, claws digging deep. Michelle screamed. She tried pulling her arm away, but Lola wouldn't let go. She hissed, her teeth sinking into Michelle's wrist with unnerving strength. Finally, after wrestling and shaking her arm, Michelle managed to dislodge Lola. The cat hit the floor, not with the confusion you'd expect after an accident, but with a cold, unblinking gaze. Her chest rose and fell with rapid breaths, but there was no fear, no hesitation, only focus. And for the first time in her life, Michelle felt afraid of the cat she loved. After that night, things only got worse. Lola's aggression didn't stop. If anything, it escalated. Every time Michelle tried to get close, Lola would arch her back, hiss, and swipe. She began stalking Michelle around the house, staying low, moving quietly, her green eyes locked on Michelle's every movement. Michelle tried to contain her. She called a local vet, desperate for advice, but without a safe way to transport Lola, it was impossible to bring her in. And then came the final night, the one neither Michelle nor anyone else could have foreseen. The neighbors would later say that they heard the sounds of a struggle, furniture being knocked over, cries of pain, a scream that ended abruptly. When police arrived the next morning, they found the house quiet. Broken dishes and a coat rack were scattered across the floor. In the bedroom, they made the grim discovery. Michelle was slumped against the bed frame, lifeless. Her arms and body bore deep scratches and bite wounds, each one unmistakably caused by claws and teeth. And there, sitting at the end of the bed, was Lola. The cat who had once been a comforting companion now sat silently staring at the body, her fur spotless and pristine. Michelle was gone, and the question left on everyone's mind was, why? So what caused this? How could a creature so small do something so unthinkable? Veterinarians and animal behaviorists would later analyze the case, suggesting hypotheses: medical issues like brain lesions, unseen trauma, or sudden onset aggression due to stress. Some point to behavioral triggers, perhaps unnoticed changes in Michelle's routine had inadvertently alienated or provoked Lola. And others argued that while domesticated, cats are still animals with natural predatory instincts that can sometimes turn chaotic. We may never truly know what went wrong in that quiet suburban home. Was it a freak reaction, a health issue, or perhaps even something Michelle missed, a sign, a warning that she didn't understand until it was too late? One message, however, became clear. No matter how much we love our pets, we must never forget that they have their own world of instincts and behaviors, a world we may never fully grasp. Michelle and Lola's story reminds us that even in the closest relationships, whether animal or human, things can go wrong. Cats are incredible companions. They bring joy, warmth, and laughter to millions every day. But they're still creatures of instinct. They're not meant to be feared, but they are meant to be understood. So the next time you sit beside your furry friend, take a moment to appreciate both their love and their independence. Because even in all their purring innocence, there's a part of them that remains a mystery. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes them so captivating. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories like this one. Share your thoughts or any experiences with cats you've had in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories.